What's going on YouTube? Today in this video, I'm actually taking you along with me in screen printing step by step, from doing everything from printing transparencies, burning the screen, getting the screens ready for printing, adding the ink, and even screen printing it. So if you want to see everything from step by step, please make sure to tune into this video. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button and like the video. This video is extra long because if you've already been following me, you guys have been asking for a longer video. So here I am giving you guys what you wanted. So this is a longer video and I'm explaining everything in this video. So please do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button and go ahead and follow me on Instagram for constant updates at Aesthetic Imprints, and go ahead and continue this video. Alright you guys, so this isn't going to be our ordinary print. This is actually some detail oriented stuff. If you look closer, you can barely even see the bones. Some high detail artwork that we're going to be printing today. Let's hope it goes well. But when you want to print this, you want to print on a high mesh count. I'm going to go with the 220. You want to lower your timer and then go expose it at a lower time and let it sit for a little bit too. So I'm going to help guide you through this and let's hope it goes well. But first, let's fix this lighting situation so we can get our dried up screen. Now that we got that fixed, I'm sorry if you can't see me, but I have to keep the safe light on. We're going to choose our screens. I got my 220 mesh screen here and another one right here. So let's go to expose this. Alright, now that I got my artwork, I'm going to go ahead and add tape to each corner. Just 4 pieces of tape and you should be good. At least for me. And then you want to line it up, make sure it's centered. Then grab your screen. Now for this, you want to make sure that this design is flat laid on there. I might add extra tape on here just so these fine details can show. Now let's throw it on the exposure unit and expose it. Now I'm going to throw this on here. I'm going to press this design down just to make sure everything is tight. And I'm even going to throw a pad on here to make sure that that transparency hits the glass. And I'm actually going to lower my time to, I usually do 25-26 seconds. I'm going to lower this down to 23 seconds. Now I'm going to bring my screen, and I got my yellow safe light in the back as well. Right now, all I'm going to do is not even put that much pressure. I'm just going to get the whole design wet so that the emulsion can soak, it can soak up the water, and that way it makes it easier to wash out the design. I'm going to do that for a couple times, front and back. As you can see, the design is already starting to fall out. I'm not going to spray it out just yet. I'm going to let it sit like this for a couple seconds. And I can see all the details are showing up. So that's good. So I'm going to just keep wetting it. As you can see, the design already fell off, basically, which is fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and get everything out. And then this light really helped. I got a new lighting system. My dad actually built it. I'll show you guys that in another video, but as you can see, all the details are showing up. You just want to make sure everything is good. I'm just gonna rinse it out because you guys told me to rinse it out so that no clogging occurs, and it's been helping. Now another thing I do to reduce the clogging is air hose. This has been helping as well. And that's basically it. And then we're gonna go do the other screen. Alright guys, here's our second screen. Same process here. Just soak it up. Do the back. I don't know if you can see it, the design is already starting to fall out, but I did throw the neck tag design right at the bottom. Save screens. Just combine it. I mean, why waste another screen just for that design? Now I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit. Details look all right. Hey, that's perfect. Don't you love it when everything goes great? You see how I'm examining the shit out of it? That's basically what you want to do, because you want to make sure everything is exposed properly. There's a little bit stuck in there still. And yeah, we're good to go now. Let me show you guys a close-up of how it looks. Alright guys, I spoke too soon. I see the screen blew out right there. You can kind of see it. It's right at his cheek compared to that one. So it did blow out. So that's because I was applying too much pressure. This is the downside of putting your times lower. But that's fine. I'm just gonna reburn this screen. So let's go do that. Alright guys, I'm back. This is another screen. This is actually a wooden one. So let's just rinse it out. This time around, I'm actually gonna go light. I won't go too close. This time, I'm gonna try to let it soak a little longer instead of me just blasting at it. And yeah, let's hope that goes well. Just keep spraying it. It's already starting to fall out. And when you do your final pressure, you don't want to do it from the ink side. You always want to do it from the print side, which is the opposite side, where it's flat, because this will push out the emulsion. On this side, you'll probably just ruin your design. $100 times better. That's perfect. Now I'm not gonna overdo it. That's it. This looks clean. All the faces are good. And I'm glad I took the extra route to do this. Another try. And I hope you guys like this. I'm just being transparent with you guys, showing you the downsides of screen print too. Here's a close-up of this new screen. As you can see, the face is perfect. No mess-ups. All the little details are clean. Alright guys, I'm going to start opening up the box to get the shirts folded out and laid out to start printing. But the client actually provided these shirts. I didn't, because he likes this one brand. It's out in Portugal called Rue Porter. It's very thick streetwear garments. The garments are amazing. They feel amazing. But the only bad downside is I'm about to show you right now. Super heavy, but I don't know if you guys can see this right now, but come on, this is the downside. All of the shirts are individually packed. So, see, I mean, the shirts and colors look amazing, but it's about 70 shirts that I gotta individually unwrap and lay out, but let's do this. All right, guys, I got the shirts all folded up. Here's the light blue, the tan, and the black. And the purple shirts are not here yet, so we're gonna do that another day. Hopefully they come today. And we got a whole trash bag full of those bags. That was not fun, but it wasn't that bad. So let's move on to printing. All right, guys, we got the conveyor dryer heating up, the flash dryer heating up. And if you've been watching my videos, I just got this new carpet in. I feel like it'll flow with the aesthetics of this place a little better. Carpet, and then it'll just look better on camera as well. Let me know what you guys think of this carpet. All right, guys, before you move on to printing, you want to go ahead and post harden your screen on the exposure unit. I learned this the hard way, so take this advice if you don't want to go to the hard way. Since we are going to be washing the inks out of this, doing ink swaps, you want to make sure that the emulsion is dry, especially with this high mesh count screen, because you did expose it on a lower timer. So you want to go ahead and just harden it, make sure it's hard so that it'll be cool when you go to wash the ink off. In this case, we're going to wash it off 3 times. Alright guys, now I'm going to go ahead and put these screens on the press. As you can see, I got 2 slots open. I'm going to get it centered up. And do the same for the back design. Now let's tape up the edges. Alright you guys, I was getting a couple questions about what type of palette adhesive I use. I actually just use water-based adhesive. This is from Lionnet Screen. And I just drip this on there because it's the easiest use. Instead of spraying the spray tag every other shirt, this one I just drip it on. Let me show you from this angle so you can see it. My cap is kind of broken, so I just gotta... You just put a decent amount. Make sure you cover the whole palette. And then you just basically grab like any business card and just start spreading it across the palette. And this, the good thing about this one is you just spray some water and then you just wipe the lint off with a brush, and you just put this screen under this palette, under the flash dryer, and it's sticky again instead of having to respray it with the spray tap. And this works like a charm. Trust me, and just screw the cans and just do this. Alright guys, I got the ink put up in here, and as you can see, I am using the Ergo Force squeegee. I would highly recommend you use this squeegee when you're printing high detail, especially like this, because you need the firmness when you're printing, and you need a firm hand because you don't want it to, you don't want the squeegee blade to bend too much, because or else you're just gonna put too much ink down and it's just gonna do ghost prints, and you don't want that. So let's do this test print. Make sure you cover your registration marks. Now I'm gonna use the handy dandy, I forget what this is called. I don't remember the name. Teflon sheet, I think. Or I don't know. I think I'm tripping. When I think of it, I'll try to add it. But what I'm gonna do is just flood it up and do one firm push. Alright, we'll go with 2 on this. So you want to do a couple test prints just to make sure the ink is flowing properly. And as you can see, that looks like it printed perfectly. Like, I couldn't ask for a better print. For sure. So that's perfect. I'm going to do a couple more test prints just to make sure the ink is flowing properly, and then we'll begin production. Alright guys, I had to bring the tools out. I think I finally fixed the issue with my prints always misprinting when I go to do the print flash print. And I noticed that this palette was just slightly moving every time I pushed it like this. And when I looked under, literally all of the screws holding this bracket, oh, you can't even see, holding this bracket to the palette were loose. So I went around and tightened all of the screws, and honestly they were all pretty loose. So I just went and tightened all these. There was 4 of them on each one, and now everything is tight and doesn't even move. So let's hope that fixed the issue. After doing a gazillion test prints, everything prints perfect and spot on. There's no ghost printing or anything going on. If it focuses. So everything is printing spot on and there's nothing wrong. Such as here, that was just one print. But everything is necessarily printing spot on. Alright guys, there you have it. Everything prints perfectly fine now. Even after tightening up those bolts, I would highly recommend you guys do that, because it just solved a lot of problems for me. Now I feel like I could finally not have nightmares when doing multiple color jobs, because everything always moved on me, and I always thought it was the screens moving, when in reality, who would have guessed that? I mean, it's so obvious, but I would have never thought that this would be moving. And I'm really happy now. Now I can do more CMYK jobs. But here's how the print came out. Crisp. All the fine details are there. And yeah, stretch test, everything is good to go. But, however, I just noticed a small detail. So the client had shadows under this, which made the skeletons center. But right now they're not center. If you can see properly, skeletons are a little bit higher than normal. They're supposed to be just like maybe like a half an inch lower. So now that everything is ready to go, I have to reburn this screen, because I let the client know, I told him that we should probably reburn the screen just to make sure everything meets his criteria and everything is up to his standard. And at the end of the day, we want to have the client get exactly what they pay for. So let's go do that. I gotta adjust the design, and I'll see you guys right here again, because I'm not gonna record all that extra stuff, but I'll see you right here again in a little bit. Alright guys, it's been a couple hours. I made the screen, but then I was really hungry already, so I decided to eat real quick. And then now we got them both right here. They're both wood now. As you can see, this one was aluminum, but we got it remade. And I already did the test print, and we're looking fire. We're ready to move on to production. So let's go. What's good, you guys? I'm wearing a mask because I don't want to inhale this toxic chemicals and shit, and it hurts. You should always wear a mask when you do this, especially if you're in an insulated area, and wear some gloves because it'll burn your hand or something if you do it for a long period of time. But I just finished the back print, so I'm gonna start washing this screen first, and I'll explain to you guys in a second why. But for this screen, you just want to rinse it. Spray your, I'm almost out, but I just got to refill. Spray your ink remover or whatever you use. Make sure it is ink remover and not emulsion remover, because then you have a bigger problem. And then you just let it sit for a little bit and then just start scrubbing. Start from the bottom and then move your way up. I like to do it at an angle. Now that that's clean, I'm going to let this dry and go finish the front of the print. Alright guys, now that that screen is washed, I could go ahead and print the front print, which is in black ink. And now, I know you're probably wondering why I didn't just print the front print first and then go to wash both of them together. Because at the end of the day, you're wasting time. To me, I just think of it that way. Instead of washing both of them and then waiting for them to dry while these machines are still on, why not do the back print and then go wash it, and while that's drying, you print this, and then you go wash this. But the back design is already dry, so you can start printing that already. So at the end of the day, I feel like I'm just saving more time. So let's do the front print. Make sure everything is printing. Yes. Now let's do a little quick flash real quick for about 6 to 8 seconds. Anything more and then you're over flashing, and then you're gonna have curing problems, and the ink just won't stick to the first layer of ink. Perfect. Now I'm loving this Ergo Force squeegee. I'm definitely buying like the whole stock. Alright guys, one more thing I'm going to show you guys is how I reactivate the tack. Instead of spraying spray tack, this water-based glue, I just spray water and brush it, and all this lint that you see will come off, and I just send it under the flash dryer and it'll be tacky as ever. So let's do that. So I just get a little brush. This is just like a dishwash brush, and then just water, spray it, and then you just scrub. As you can see, all that lint just came out. You see all that white lint wasn't there, it was just blue. All that white lint came off. And it's already getting sticky, but now you just send it under the flash dryer. Leave it under there for a couple seconds. Sorry, I'm out of breath. But for this, I tend to leave it on there for 10 to 20 seconds just to let it extra bake. Now when you bring it back, it's sticky. You can hear it. Ready? It's sticky. So yeah, there you go guys. That was for the few of you that asked me what palette adhesive I use. I tend to use that because it saves money and is a lot easier because you don't have to keep spraying. You literally just do it once, and I just printed 40 shirts and nothing happened. I did front and back, and I didn't have to reactivate it or spray any tack again until I do it in the beginning. Alright y'all, let's do this test print with the basically, this is just a regular shop shirt that I'm just gonna do a test print with. I need a squeegee. You already know I have to use this. This thing is a beast. I need to order more. But with this ink, you really want to do a couple pass prints. Not pass prints, but a couple test prints, because you want to make sure that the ink is flowing through it and none of the black that we used for the other shirts are still in the mesh. In this case, this tan looks perfect. This looks like the exact tan that he wanted too. So this is just coming out crisp and perfect. Dang, check this out. There it is, y'all. Back prints are done. Super crisp. Now I'm gonna stack these up and move on to doing the front. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna show you guys the front print with this sand/tan/gold print ink. Coming out super clean. These shirts are really nice. Definitely gonna buy one of these from this client to support. These are coming out real clean. He always has these dope detailed designs. Print flash print. Real clean. There you have it, guys. I got all the shirts, the tan, the blue, and the black folded up. They were all printed front and back. Now the only thing that is left is the purple shirts, but they haven't arrived yet, but they should arrive tomorrow or the day after. So I'm gonna resume this video then, and we also have to do the neck tags on all of them. So I'll see you then. Damn, this joint is fire. Oh, what's going on, y'all? This shirt came out fire. All these shirts came out fire. Look at the detail on this. I actually have it on. Look at the back. And I mean, look at how loose it is. When I said boxy and oversized, I meant it. This thing is loose, and this is a size small. So yeah, the client actually orders these shirts from Rue Porter up in Portugal or something. And the purple shirts still haven't arrived according to the client. They won't come until maybe next week. So I'm gonna hold off on that and not publish this in the video. I'll just print those separate and get them to him. But anyways, I'm gonna ship these out to him. But these came out fire. I'm actually supporting my clothing brands like I do always. I just purchased this shirt off him, and I didn't just order one. I purchased it off him to support his business. Anyways, this stuff is great. The details on this is clean. And yeah, it's always good working with him. Samson, shout out Samson, ET the real. And yeah, everything turned out great. Hope you guys enjoyed this video on the high detailed printing, especially the back. I mean, that is very high detailed. I'm surprised. And the ink mixing. Yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll like my other videos, such as this one, and this button right here. And this is the most important one. This one right here, it's like white with a little triangle looking thing that says Aesthetic Imprints. Yeah, you guys should click on that. You guys should definitely subscribe. Definitely just subscribe. Support me. It boosts my engagement. It motivates me to keep pushing, doing these videos. And you should always also follow us on Instagram at Aesthetic Imprints. And until then, just go run up my other videos, run up the likes, and just wait for my next post. And I'll see you in the next one.